All right. We are back for another main event tonight. Today we have on Tolin to draft this main event with me. Tolin and I first met in high school in New Hampshire, I believe. And then he saw me having a great time in college, followed me down to college. And now we're going to draft $1 million team together. Let's do this shit. All right, we got Tolin and I here. We have the draft board for the faithful viewers tonight. Let me get this going here. I'm going to zoom in on that draft board for you guys. First of all, Tolin, how you doing, man? Introduce yourself. I believe I had you on the channel last year, but tell the people a little about yourself or anything you want to say out there.
I'm doing good. Was on the channel last year, I think, just with some other Eckerd guys, former college buddies, drafting a couple Best Ball Mania teams with you, but none of mine made the playoffs. I think I only drafted like 5 this year, a little bit different. And then you asked me to do one of these high stakes leagues. I was in Italy.
Au contraire, you reached out to me and said, "Hey, I
said, do you want to start our own high stakes league?" And you're like, "I have a better idea. Why don't we jump into this?" But I'm on Elba, an island in Italy with minimal Wi-Fi, 3 a.m. And you're like, "The draft's tonight. Let me know."
Yeah. So last year, Tolin was in Italy at like 3 a.m. drinking that fine Italy wine while I don't know what time it was here, but we got the 110 anyways tonight. I'm really excited about that. This is my 4th main event, probably my last main event. I got the 101 on one of the drafts I did by myself. I got the 105. So I have a Jefferson team. I have a Cup team. I got a Chase team that I split with Davis and Kyle. And now we get the back end. And I'm really excited for the back end. I think the back end is actually a stronger position to draft from. Just the quality of the first and second round players you get. Obviously, your first round player is not as high quality as a Jefferson and Chase. But those second round players, especially as questions start forming about, Jacobs and gang. So we are streaming this live. I'm assuming some of these people could be watching. So Tolin and I are going to have to utilize the private chat and the queue. I'm only going to be sharing the draft board so that we can keep the queue up and running here. What is going on, chat? What is going on? Lucky, you made the right decision. We're drafting from the 110 here, Jim. All right, and I think they are on the clock here. These main events, for those who don't know, typically a $2,000 buy-in, 4,200 entrant league. I had the back-to-back champions on the channel the other day, and now we're going to be ripping a main event right here. Refreshing is just to see. It's possible it's paused. Yeah, so the commissioner has the ability to pause these. It seems like the one hole said issue, and then the commissioner said we are paused.
Nice.
I mean, how is he like? What's he going at the 101 here? Is he going Kenneth Gainwell?
What's the issue? Auto draft Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Come on now,
Liam. I broke out the good tequila for this tonight because we're chasing a millie.
Let's do it, baby. I got I'm gonna keep water. I'm gonna order some food, I think. It seems showing us is not active, which is definitely not true.
Should I log out of this? Oh, draft resume. There we go. You seen that?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
I don't know why it's showing red for us.
I got green.
Maybe you got green on yours? Okay, it's green for me now too.
Okay.
All right, so Justin Jefferson goes. Zeke in the first. People were making that decision only a year or two ago.
Kelsey at the 102. That seems pretty standard.
Yeah, I could not do it over Chase myself, but some people view that way. I have been doing some best balls on the site, so I did check my best ball list just to check some of these owners and see how they draft. But I'm excited, man. You never know what the FFPC is going to bring in. People definitely draft to their own strategies here. Some people try to jam like 7 running back starts on their teams. You really never know what the cat is going to drag in here. So pretty standard start. Jefferson, Kelsey, Chase, McCaffrey, Hill. There was some uncertainty in the market today. Amon-Ra got banged up at practice. Traylon Burks hurt.
Do you have a lot of Traylon?
In best ball land, yeah, because he's cheap. So Saquon goes at the 106. You do not see that in
no.
And this is a different format where it's weeks 1 through 12, so it really is a sprint to start the season. You have to have a hot start. If you're either the highest scoring team or the best record, you auto qualify for the overall championship and a shot at $1 million. But if you're the second in either of those categories, you at least make your league playoffs. And then if you win the playoffs, you also make it. So if a player has a week 13 or week 14 bye and you're not first or second, you're not going to make it back. Guys, I read the news just like you. But we're gonna fudge some players on the chat. You just don't know who's listening out here. So I know Traylon's gonna be.
Oh, okay. Traylon's got an LC.
That's LCL a couple weeks was what it was.
The way Tannehill was talking about it, I was like, this could either be really bad or it's nothing.
So the Sun God goes. He was a player I would have been excited for.
But there's still a lot of great
options. Bijan goes or Eckler goes. I want to go Diggs. That's the top player in your queue too. You want to do it?
Yep.
Okay. Bijan, another consideration. I just think Bijan in manage could be a little bit more frustrating if Arthur, I don't want to attach my sanity to Arthur Smith at all.
Not in this.
Not in this. All right. Diggs, welcome to the team. That feels great, man. Having a Jefferson share, a Chase share, a Cup share, a Diggs share. I mean, Diggs could legitimately go for like 1,600 plus this year. He's never going to go for 2,000, I don't think, right? Like Tyreek could go for 2,000, Jefferson, Chase could all, Cup could. I don't see Diggs going for 2,000. The
thing for me with Diggs is I feel like he has more touchdown upside. I feel like Allen's looking for him in the red zone more than some of those other top wide receivers who may have more receptions, but I love that Diggs could go 1,600, 12 touchdowns.
Who would you have wanted if Eckler was there?
Eckler.
You would have? So
I'm a big Eckler guy this year.
I'm a little worried about Eckler just because he's getting up there in age, and reportedly the Chargers want to throw more down the field, which is like, maybe the offense is a lot better and they score more touchdowns, but
they can try to do that, but at the end of the day, where's Herbert going to go? Same QB, same running back, same offense. Eckler will catch 120 passes this year.
All right, man. Well, Pollard and Chubb go. Pollard was a guy we wanted. We're gonna. To me, I want one of AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, or Garrett Wilson.
See who goes here, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I think I've been in on Derrick Henry. You're out, so I'm not going to fight you on that.
We're not taking Derrick Henry right now. It's a PPR site. Let's look up the.
All right, who goes? CD goes. So that makes it a little easier.
I think we just go AJ Brown, man. They get to play the Seahawks,
I love it. Yeah,
and the Cardinals. You're cool with AJ Brown?
Love it.
And it sets up where if either of the quarterbacks make it to us,
just because Liam and I have some very similar feelings about players and drafting. Some guys we don't get along with, but
FFPC is tight end premium for anyone curious out there. Andrews, I think, is a fine pick. I personally don't want to be doing it. I think there's enough questions where you can't simply insert a healthy Bateman, OBJ, Zay Flowers, and make the target competition work. Where it's like, it's kind of hard for Mark Andrews to be a workhorse and all those wide receivers to get their works.
Harbs, I'm not clearly Garrett Wilson over Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams could smash this year again. I think Liam is Garrett Wilson over Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Because of the quarterback situation.
I'm Garrett Wilson over Adams. I mean, yeah, look, Jimmy G, reports are already bad. I mean, the O-line's pretty rough in the Jets is what I took away from Hard Knocks. But I don't know, man. It's just like they're similar talents. Why not side with the guy who's like 22 instead of 30 and doesn't have QB questions? But, like on a PPR site, Adams could definitely get something absurd, just like 10 target games, 12 target games.
We had talked about the Andrews going wide receiver Andrews or running back Andrews. But I think like after Kelsey and Andrews go, even though it's tight end premium, for me, some of the guys you can get with these other tight ends, like they're still going to outweigh it even at 1.5 points per reception.
Derrick Henry goes next, I believe. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Creamy Sauce, bro. You just have the worst name on YouTube. I mean, I appreciate you hanging out in the chat, but Creamy Sauce. Yeah, I mean, AJ Brown, a boom bust guy, but could totally nuke the playoffs. New York Giants, historically a man defense, and just like destroyed them. The Cardinals, he could score 40 by himself.
Who's saying AJ Brown is boom or bust?
Well, he is a little bit boom or bust, or not like I'm saying that. Like he's not we're not going to get the passing volume from Hurts like we will a Bills team. But at the same, and Devonta Smith's there. But like a quote unquote bust from AJ Brown is like 10 points, like 4 for 60.
Yeah, but Diggs or AJ Brown could easily have a game that's 12 to 14 receptions, or they have a game that's 6 receptions for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like both those guys have target share in the end zone and are also capable of commanding a large
Look,
target
I
share.
like AJ Brown. I'm just saying in managed, it's not impossible he has games where he has 4 to 5 targets because they run the ball or whatnot. But I mean, I love this start. A Diggs, AJ Brown start, 2 absolute alphas. Like their playoff schedules for the sprint. I weigh a lot of my decisions based on that. The Eagles, of course, like were pulling their starters in the fourth quarter a lot last year. And this year they won't be able to do that as much with games against the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Niners, the Cowboys twice, the Seahawks, the Giants, so the Vikings, like they're not going to be able to just pull all their starters, hopefully. Wow.
Are you refreshed? Because I'm seeing some guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing picks. Let me refresh. Sorry, guys. I did just see. Okay, so Calvin Ridley goes. He was one of our targets to fall back. Hurts goes.
Interesting. Ridley, I mean, I only started doing my best ball teams a month ago. And Ridley, I think just because of like the camp videos, and obviously he looks fast as hell, has just shot up. I've seen him going second round most of my best ball drafts.
Yeah, I mean, his ADP aligns up with our pick, so I thought there was a chance we get him. I had been taking a lot of Ridley at the top half, but the FFPC is a little bit slower to update. I'm filling our queue with some players here. It's really uncertain who's going to make it back to us.
Yeah. I'm just going to move around the players I like in order.
New Ridley camp clip dropped today too. Yeah, I know. I mean, bad news for me who was taking Ridley at the 1-2 turn to get unique, and now people are just doing it based on news. But I like the pick. I would have loved to get Ridley as our third wide receiver. That would have been pretty sexy to start. Hurts obviously goes. Something in this contest is like the AJ Brown and Hurts combo is paired at something like 3% only.
Joe, you're similar to me, right? You have 0 Joe Mixon.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely 0 Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon goes in the 3rd round. Baker's Brew says, fuck your legal issues.
I don't like him in general, but not to mention he's probably going to get suspended. I mean, I know the NFL is different, but John Morant getting suspended just for waving. And plus he's just a PO.
Hawkinson gets auto-drafted. The asterisk next to a player means it was an auto-draft.
Well, that's kind of shitty.
He was one of our considerations there. I think it would have been fine value here. I hope we get.
What do you think of Gibbs? Do you trust the Lions offense?
He's in consideration for our pick. Let me say that. What's your feelings on Breece Hall?
Depends.
We could build a super team, or he could.
He's like, if I get value on Breece Hall, I love him.
What's value to you?
Mid 4th. Well, I guess we have the 403. I mean, that's value. He's too good. Do you think Dalvin still has it?
It's really hard to say. I did do a streamathon on this, and opinions are all over the place. Where Ramondre goes, he was definitely a consideration for us. I mean, Ramondre's just a safe guy, 15 points per game. I don't think he's winning you many tournaments in the sprint, but he is a key piece to getting there.
I definitely want a wide receiver here if none of the I mean, I wanted Ramondre, but
we'll see here. We're about to have a serious discussion on some of these players. Darren Waller's ADP has shot up insanely. I don't think we can take him. I got him in the 5th round. There's probably even cheaper shares out there. Gibbs goes, so that dream is over.
Of course. I mean, just leave us Jacobs, Lamar, Keenan.
All right, so do we risk it or we just take Josh? Let's just take
it. Just go, Josh.
Yeah, all right, let's just take him.
Let's go.
That was the biggest stalling time in the history. That is huge. We lock in the elite quarterback. We lock in 2 of our wide receiver spots. We got some other guys in the mix here for our next pick. I'm gonna start filling in this queue with guys.
All right.
I jive with.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah, I mean last year
back early, but whatever.
I definitely think there's some quarterbacks to like late, Cousins, Daniel Jones, Richardson. But last year, I just remember in all of these FFPC main events, just like staring down these like Allen teams and Mahomes teams hitting like 40 and just being like, damn.
Yeah.
And like, if you look at our team,
where we were scrambling, we lost McCaffrey early, or he just wasn't really performing on the Panthers. And then like Gino, we were scrambling at QB every week. We never had like a big 30, 40-point game. We were losing. Last year, Liam and I think, lost 4 or 5 weeks by 2 points or less.
It can be brutal. I'm pumped with the start. And when you look at like the Hurts team and the Mahomes team, they both have tight ends, which I like Hawkinson, but he's live to disappoint too. And then we have AJ Brown and he has Smith, which, I'm clearly AJ Brown over Smith, even though I like Smith. And then we just get Josh Allen in the back end of the 3rd versus the mid-2nd and top of the 3rd, feels real good. Rod is not happy.
Why?
He said this draft is rigged for Liam.
Oh God. Hey, Liam has turned me into like a Bills believer, but I'm not. I will definitely fight him on some of those guys. But how can you fight on Diggs and Allen?
Yeah, I mean, this is just, and it feels great.
I'm out on Debo.
Okay, well, he's in the mix for me. Did he just get picked?
No.
I don't know why this isn't. Okay, he went Jacobs. Are you down with one of these three players I have in the queue?
Yes. I'll add one more just for.
Christian Watson would have been a consideration for me too.
It is it's a fairly.
All right, there's Keenan, Debo, and Brees.
Well, there goes the guy I just added.
Okay, well, I have 0% Judy, so we were not doing that. I'm down for Brees. I'm down for Keenan. I'm down for Debo. A little worried about Keenan's hamstrings lasting the whole season, but I want to bet on Herbert. I'm a big fan of Debo's talent. It's a crowded room.
Scares me going 0 RB. I think I'm either Brees or Debo, to be honest.
I'm down with Brees, but he could be found. Like, there's going to be some drafts that get him in the 5th and 6th round if we care.
You just got to make it up. Yeah. This is my only draft. Like, I'm not going to get him. I mean,
no, yeah, for sure. I mean, this is my last one too.
I don't want Jones. I don't want Najee.
15 seconds. You want Brees? I'm down with Brees.
Let's go Brees.
All right, fuck it. Let's go. I like it, man.
I don't buy into the hype that he should be dropped to the 5th round. Like, Rodgers.
In managed, like, whatever. We don't need to start him right away. We can figure it out. We're getting a guy who could literally be the RB1. I think there's enough questions on Keenan and Debo and like wide receivers we're going to find later that we like, especially with all the tight ends pulled up. I would have gone Ramondre over Brees.
Yeah, well, yeah. I wanted Ramondre. He went earlier than. I still think I would have taken Josh over Ramondre and hope that Ramondre came down to where we got Brees.
I think I would have too.
I hate how high Darren Waller just went.
Yeah, I mean, that's absurd. But I get it. Like, people, a lot of people only do 1 or 2 main events, and you want to get your guys in something like this, What Eddie did next to us too, like, I would never do, just like raw Joe Burrow.
I think, yeah, last year there were just a lot of, like, I liked the team that we drafted, but I felt like we were really scrambling at multiple positions every week to try to fill it out. This is the best I love because I don't ever want to worry about QB. I don't really want to worry about wide receiver. Like, if there's one position we're mixing guys up, I'm fine with that.
Oh, sorry guys. I don't know why that stopped presenting. I moved it on my other monitor. This is the best offense that Josh has ever had, comfortably.
Bills better win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, baby. It's our year. All right, so the draft is cooking along. Kittle goes in the 4. I took Kittle at the 4-5 on my Jefferson team. Whatever. Betting on Kittle to just get some spikes in the sprint seems like a fine way to win $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get there with him.
Yeah. He's going to win you some weeks by himself, maybe.
Yeah, but he could also miss multiple weeks.
We're going to want to keep an eye on the 12 hole. Anytime someone goes RB, 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 sometimes they go, again, RB, RB. Like, some of these dudes really just want to have, like, and like the Joe Mixon drafter was a lock to take Najee Harris. Never, ever was going to get by him. So.
Yeah, he could. I feel like this guy wanted Jacobs all along, and Chubb and Pollard was a way to set up his bet on Jacobs actually coming back.
All right, a little chatting from us going back and forth. These are 60-second pick clocks, so it can be a while.
It's moving though. Kincaid.
15 seconds. I mean, you guys are all so funny. I mean, did you guys win like funniest in your high school class or something with these same jokes here?
I've been locked into your streams, Liam, this year, and the chat's always great.
I love the chat, of course. Did a nighttime stream last night. Had a good time with that.
Discord, I don't know.
Oh, what do you mean? Our Discord's great. The Discord's
No, it's
growing.
great. There's tons of. It's just always like 3 of us.
There's like 400 people in that Discord.
And then there's the Trey Lance, the one guy who just will not let Trey Lance go.
Bolduck is holding on to his Trey Lance takes, and I respect it. Thank you, Brian. Great hair, brother. Or maybe that's a hat. All right, man. I like to start a lot. Like, I've been taking Brees. I think it's hard to take some of these wide receivers over him.
Do you, with Treylon, with a potential injury to Treylon, are you upgrading Hopkins or downgrading him? Just say Treylon was out for the year.
I'm not drafting a lot of Hopkins at all.
Me either, but
I would consider it if he made it back to us at the 5-6. Mike Williams goes, a guy that was a target of ours.
Interesting.
I want this guy at the top of the queue. I'm not afraid.
I don't know if it's refreshing for me. Oh, I did not agree with that.
We're gonna have a spirited debate here.
No. On your previous draft, the one that I forget what you were ripping the other night with all the guys. I think it was a big dog. It was the impromptu.
Oh. So this is a range where we either I'm filling out this queue for us here.
Yeah, sorry if I'm silent here some of the time.
Sorry, guys. We're trying to win $1 million fucking dollars right now. I mean, I think we just have to do it if he's here.
Queue updated. I don't know if
How do the playoffs work with week 13? Well, the plan, Chris, is that we're just going to win most points and we don't care about week 13. But yeah, we would need to have another quarterback and another wide receiver for that week because obviously that's the Bills' bye week. If we are not.
All right. I don't know.
I mean, Kyle Pitts is there and Ken Walker's there. I think we grab one of those guys. This is a very cheap Pitts pick here. Look, man, he's only got just locking in that.
We've got to use him eventually, right? Like
we could take another. He doesn't have to be our only tight end, but he's gonna score similarly to these wide receivers probably.
All right, rip Pitts just because I like our options at where I want to go after this.
Are you a Ken Walker guy? Because Ken Walker, I don't know.
I have guys that I like more than Ken Walker.
All right, so we're doing Pitts.
Yeah, and then let's. All
right, let's do it. I like it. I mean, this is like some of the cheapest Pitts ADP in the tournament, I would imagine. Like, let me see where. Like, Davis and Kyle made me take him at the 4-5.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Pitts guy, but I think in tight end premium,
Well, that's
you
the
know,
thing. I
like
wouldn't draft if it's not tight end premium. I'm not drafting Pitts.
should Drake London go ahead of Kyle Pitts in tight end premium? Probably not.
That's the thing. It was the value. Like, I was probably 70% on Pitts. You're kind of taking a little bit of a risk and just hoping year 3 finally they use him and the talent breaks through.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Meet me at the London.
Pitt's looking limp. I don't think he is, man. I think he's fine now. That was like weeks ago. People were saying that. I mean, people are really worried about Charbonnet with Walker. How do you feel between those two players in the queue? Which one would you rather go?
We're not on the clock, are we? Oh.
James Cook goes, not worried about that.
Well, that was going to be the person I'd fight for. I like JSN.
Seahawks schedule is Eagles, Titans, Steelers.
Not the best.
JSN or Walker? Like, if we grab Walker, we could also grab Charbonnet and just see who's healthy. I'm down to. I want a share of JSN. You want to just rip it here?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck it. We'll figure out running back. Yeah, winning the playoffs is a nice 4K, as Jim says here, but we're trying to win $1 million. JSN, we don't need to even start week 1. Man, I've been drafting some Ken Walker in the 5-6, but I also draft Charbonnet way more. And best ball is a little bit different, where in some ways it feels like we could have a super team if we had Walker there. In other ways, like, there's some reports coming out that they want it to not be the Walker show.
Why though? They made it the Walker show. Like, I just don't get why.
Because he was too boom bust was basically it. I like the start, man.
Yeah, I definitely want to, like, I'd feel more.
I think with us grabbing Brees,
another running back, I feel like we could, but.
Well, let's see what running backs make it back to us, if any of these guys. Probably none will. Oh, you're adding the same players in the queue as me.
It's a great sign.
Pretty nice team from Rumhorse getting Walker there.
Yeah.
Just win best record, good game, easy. Exactly, dude. Like, we're going to lock in a 40 burger every week from Allen, a 40 burger from Diggs, a 40 burger from AJ Brown. Good luck outscoring us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't love Rumhorse.
If you didn't go Brees, who would you have wanted?
Instead of Brees there?
I'd probably go Debo if not Brees.
I mean, probably would have been Debo, but that's why I went Brees, because I'd thrown Judy in, Watson, Jacobs, Jameer. Like, if any of those guys are there, I'd take them over Brees. But Cooper, I'm not taking over Brees. We didn't need a quarterback. I'm not taking Kittle. I'm not taking Pitts. Like,
thank you guys. I forgot Pitts. I forgot JSN. The chat is behind us.
For Pitts,
I was not planning to take.
I like Ayuk.
I was not planning to take Pitts at all there, but
a lot of guys are getting taken that, like, I would have taken Etienne or Javonte there, but then they both go.
At the Pitts pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Etienne I would have happily hit. I don't view Etienne that differently from Walker, but he is a little bit more fragile, I guess. Just, Charbonnet is more legit competition than Tank Bigsby. And again, like, I love him in best ball, but it could be hard to figure out who to play between JSN, Metcalf, Lockett, Walker, Charbonnet on a given week.
I also like James Cook, but he went.
I mean, I'm not taking James Cook in the 6th round.
Yeah.
I'm not taking him in the 6th round, especially on an Allen Diggs team. I like Cook, but
you also do have to kind of watch the buys in this format a little more than best ball, in my opinion.
You do.
Like, you can't have 4 starters from the same team.
No. I mean, that's just bad from a ceiling outcome. But, I mean, our only overlapping buys right now are Allen and Diggs, and no one else has a buy during the playoffs. So I'm going to need to order some food here. I'm starving. What should I get? Some Thai food?
There's some weird teams on this board.
Name them. We're not afraid on this channel to call them out.
I mean, not weird, just teams that I haven't really seen. Baker's Brew.
Yeah, I mean, that's a classic RB boomer right there. Some people have a starve the beast mentality on the FFPC.
Baker's Brew, Rad MKB, I feel like could have gone a bunch of different directions with the players that fell there. Not a lot of stacks going on.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't want to stack and manage. They just, I don't know, they want to play for like a higher floor rather than a ceiling, and I don't. I think I want to get some Thai food.
Ooh. Natalis?
I don't know. I don't know if that place closes in 2 minutes. I'm going to get a curry.
What do you mean, Paul? Evergreen?
What he means is this is a feature, not a bug of the FFPC.
Got it.
It's gotten a.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm not like these big ballers. I'm not in here drafting 10 teams on FFPC.
I mean, there are some people that do that. I'm not drafting 10 teams on the FFPC either.
Although you could.
Yeah, could, but I don't. I don't know. You got to really win first. Like, this is a very top heavy contest. The rake is pretty high too. It's basically like first or bust. So
tough picks going on right now.
Khalil Herbert in the 7th. I think I got him in the 10th round on our main event the other day.
People are freaking out.
Yeah, I mean the markets are
at least reacting. 2 more preseason games.
Preseason week 1, people are off their rocker.
Do you feel good about all these guys in the queue? I can fight for some of them too, but
Yes, I'm adding some other guys too. All right, got my tie order in. Some Masaman curry for those curious.
I like that pick by Husker. I think Evans has been low this year. He may have been able to get him in the 8th, but
I'm not down to draft Mike Evans. I have a source on the inside, aka a guy who attended training camp, and he was a little down on Evans. Pretty high on Trey Palmer. Said Russell Gage looked like an old man, and then Russell Gage out for the year. Not my preferred build, Dave. A bully tight end. It's probably fine for advancing. Not so sure about winning the Millie.
Dalvin. Again, that team is just not understanding.
Baker's brew. My man is deep into the brews. I mean, anytime you can have CMC, which
Although I remember
he fist pumped from. You just like fist pump CMC and then goes, and I got Joe Mixon, and I got Najee Harris, and I got J.K. Dobbins.
Dude, I remember some of the teams, like, we got very unlucky on some of these games. Some of the teams we faced were so bad, and we just happened to have our down week against all of them. Like, I think we lost a couple games scoring, like, by 1 point, scoring 84 points.
I mean, I love this start by us here. We got to land the plane.
Team 4 paying the rake.
I mean, Team 4 is just going to alpha stomp us.
Dream start.
See, Trevor Lawrence, like the FFPC, Trevor Lawrence went in the 5th round in one of my main events, and then you get him in the 7th in some of them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Trevor could break the passing record this year. All right, let's see.
Over under 9 running backs for Team 4 by the end. How are you feeling about this queue, man?
These are the rounds that I'm never excited about in general. 7, 8, and if I get my,
I mean, do we just need to take this discount on Miles Sanders right here?
Yeah. I mean, that's like we get a surefire one. Like, I don't think Chuba's.
I mean, there is reports that Chuba might be mixing in more. And I think Miles Sanders is going to be out until week 1 or something. Like, he's not going to play the preseason, but I just think we take this discount, especially on a team that's like vacuuming 7 running backs.
Kamara to me, but Kamara's out 4 weeks. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Panthers schedule in the sprint, Falcons, Packers, Jags, pretty good, I think.
I'm good with Sanders. Then we can figure out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We need an RB there.
Not really a guy I draft a lot of, but
I would have gone Akers.
I feel better about Sanders than Akers. I think Akers could legit be in the doghouse like at any moment.
All right, who am I putting up here?
Let's see what these teams do here. Broward was sweating that.
No, I agree. I've been taking a
The
lot of
O-line
Sanders.
did look rough
Sanders
from the
had a
Hard Knocks
decent year
episode.
last year on a team that was passing a ton.
The O-line looked rough on that Hard Knocks episode last night, but that was against the Jets D-line. So Alvin Kamara goes. It was between both of them. He reportedly has looked spry, but I think he could be a headache and manage too.
Here's the thing, like our next pick here, it doesn't really matter what the ADP is available because we're not like none of the guys we have on the board are going to come back around. So I don't mind reaching if we
I
have
agree with you. I just really don't. I think it's like kind of foolish to take him over the two players I have in the queue.
No, I agree, especially with the bye week.
Yeah, I agree. Kamara could be a league winner, but he could like also
100%.
He could just be like a 15-point per game guy.
The question is, does he have one more Kamara season in him?
Yeah, I don't see. Tolin is wasted asking if I want to get Anthony Richardson here. We already have Josh Allen.
That is not what I said.
Is what
I said Pittman.
Not taking Michael Pittman. All right, we're not doing it.
Pittman if you want to go Richardson later. Then I realized I don't need to get that unique.
You know, we're not taking a second quarterback.
I like these guys in the chat firing up the Sanders pick.
So Michael Thomas and Zay Flowers goes.
I wanted Zay, but
A free
I don't think
thinker
it would
there.
have been the right pick there for us. He stacked him with Lamar, which makes sense, I guess, for him. Who were the other options on the team when Kamara had a huge year? Who was it?
Tony Jones, Meat Wad says.
Who? Why am I blanking on his name? He was like the Jamal Williams, but for the Saints.
Okay, well, my vote is Hollywood with Gabe Gunn. Dude, we've jumped the shark. Hollywood should not be this cheap. We should not be able to get Hollywood in the 8th round. The dude's going to get like 10 targets a game.
I mean, there's not really anyone to throw the ball to. I'm just worried about that offense.
Well, and then in weeks, you know, Kyler should be back when all the money is won. But we learned this with Amari Cooper. Like, fucking Jacoby Brissett was serviceable.
It's Evan Ingram or Marquise Brown for me. I'd rather go Brown. I love Cooks, Broward, but he is on the older side. I'd rather take CDs on that team. Like, I'd rather take Marquise with our 2 wide receivers we have and potentially just load up on targets.
All right, we're drafting Hollywood. You cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, yeah, I mean, I like Brandon Cooks too. He's just a lot.
With where our running backs are right now, like, we need wide receivers.
Hollywood Brown is 26, you know?
That there's not going to be a question around their target share that we can throw in the flex because we're not going to have extra running backs that we want to put there right now.
Tolin, close your eyes real quick. Let me tell you a story. Close your eyes. Yeah, close your eyes. I see those eyes open. The Arizona Cardinals start 0-6. And what's this? The Kansas City Chiefs start 3-3 off of a disappointing group of wide receivers. And they strike a deal. And who do they strike a deal for? Hollywood Brown to the Chiefs.
All right, I'm fully sold.
I mean, this is just the wheels up
start.
start.
Get Devontae Adams, and then it's just not fair, and it's another Super Bowl.
This is insane value for Marquise. I don't think he goes here. Like, I
So
don't think.
far, we've gotten very good values.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has a week 14 bye. I think if you're like overweighting the week 13, week 14 buys, like
I am
that's a
Sky
little
Moore over
fishy.
Pittman, but I have to admit, like, there's still some questions behind Sky Moore for me because he was really hardly used last year. I know they want to use him more, but there's still tons of weapons that are right around that caliber. Like, how do we know that he's going to be the bona fide number two?
I mean, look at this good vibe. Broward saying that Hollywood is from Broward. Like,
This chat's amazing.
I mean, you can't make a better thing than that. Even if Clayton Tune is the quarterback out there, they're not going to give James Conner 500 carries a game. All right, who do we think Baker's Brew takes here? Isaiah Pacheco is available to him. Wow, Jamal Williams goes in the 8th round. That makes the Miles Sanders pick feel real good.
Fuck yeah. Excuse my language.
Cortland Sutton. All right, Bakers. I'm not a Cortland Sutton guy, but
I like Deontay, but I would have liked him in the 6th. Like, if Deontay was there with JSN, I probably would have pushed for Deontay.
over JSN?
Mm-hmm. Just in PPR, because
I hear you.
He can't go anywhere touchdown-wise. His target share is just absurd.
They go next to each other in high-stakes DraftKings drafts. I can tell you that.
Throw in some touchdowns, and Deontay's, he's going A.J. Dillon. That would have been great.
Of course he's going. Like, A.J. Dillon, how does he pass on him? You know that Baker's Brew loves a 250-pound running back. I like the start. Pretty balanced, but at the same time, we have high-end wide receivers and an elite tight end we weren't even really planning on taking.
Yeah.
Who could fall into 15 points per game.
Which I feel like we can find some guys later on just to kind of shield that pick if we have to.
Oh, yeah. And last year's winners took Fournette and Allen Robinson in the 3rd and 4th round. So you can survive some duds, even if one of our guys duds out.
JSN could just be boom or bust. That's the thing for me.
I was down to go Ken Walker there, but he could be the guy you need.
He could be boom or bust too.
Yeah.
I'd rather have
Kincaid goes. Obviously, would have loved to get Kincaid on the wraparound. I think it's hard to take Kincaid over Hollywood.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I mean, you can.
You could do that. I couldn't do that.
You can just because you can be like,
have gone Kincaid there.
You can be like, all right, well, I can get Rashad Bateman or someone, which is like a fine 2v2. Yeah, they had Fournette and Aaron Robinson. So, you know what they say, manage is one on the waiver wires.
I almost added Schultz to the queue, and then I was like, you know what? You screwed me last year. You're getting.
He was a good pick, dude. He just was not healthy all year.
I think
it's crazy to take him again. He's reportedly could lead the team in targets. I'm adding him in the queue.
Kadarius Toney. I mean, this guy is just taking all the players I hate, which is great.
You never know what the Ffpc will bring in.
Did OBJ just go over Bateman?
Kincaid in the 9th would have made it like the coup de grace, but
yeah.
It is what it is. Would you have gone Gabe or Hollywood? I was debating that.
Probably Hollywood.
Just to
For
differentiate.
PPR format. I love Gabe Davis. I just don't think we needed him for this team. With Diggs.
So I think we take like Brian Robinson or AJ Dillon or Rashad Penny. Let's do AJ Dillon.
Penny scares me a little. It's Brian Robinson or AJ Dillon for me.
Robinson's got the week 14 bye.
Go.
I'm kind of high on the Packers offense. One of the best handcuffs that just becomes, I take Robinson over Dillon in best ball.
I'm down to take the risk on Dillon here because of our wide receivers.
You want to draft Dillon? We got 10 seconds.
Yeah, take Dillon here.
Okay. He's a week 6 bye. Pretty nice. Brees and Sanders both have week 7 buys.
Here, I think he's worth the risk and seeing how RB heavy this board is. If we don't take one there, then we're kind of running into like borderline 2s, possibly 3rds.
I mean, I draft some Aaron Jones. He could also be traded if they are bad.
All right. I liked Njoku. Didn't need him.
I think he's overpriced.
Let me add some guys here. Wait. Wow, the rankings here are totally different then.
Well, the tight ends going high really changes everything.
Right.
Jim pointing out that teammate has the double handcuff. I think it's fine to do for like Seattle's backfield at cost, but I wouldn't be doing it for Detroit's. He also has a Monra.
He also has some other, like, I wouldn't have gone. I mean, I guess everyone's different, but like Gibbs could be a question. Montgomery's a question to me. So then you're also taking a risk of one of those 2 picks, Ken or Zach, just not working out.
All right, so the 12 hole, not a boomer. They just started 3 running backs, and it seems like they're filling in the rest of their team. Mm-hmm. They're not pulling a Baker's brew.
Not worried about Traylon. Do you have the queue updated for who you like?
No.
Because let's drop some of these guys. Nico.
Wow.
This guy's loving. He's taking some bets. He's all camp hype right here.
So Bateman has a week 13 bye. I don't really care. I'm willing to gamble that it's him over the other guys. He kind of seems spike weeky to me.
Yeah, I'm not.
Do not take Rashad Penny out of the queue. You're going to hear the Rashad Penny bull case. We're not overreacting to one game of the preseason. The dude has league-winning upside. All right, it's Bateman, Penny, or Robinson for me.
Schultz is in there for us.
No, we're not going to that. This like the tiers of running backs dry up soon after this.
I'm higher. I'm still higher on Penny than I am Robinson.
All right, let's go Penny then.
And then we're.
Penny is a pure question mark where he's either like a league winner or 0. Robinson could become the RB1 there. I mean, the dude was shot last year. I don't think he's like as bad a pass catcher as people think.
I do like Robinson too. I'll let you make the final call here because I've been making the calls. Penny or Robinson?
I'm like really like. I have Penny on a team. I don't have Robinson on a team, but like we have AJ Brown too.
I don't love Antonio Gibson. Like.
Let's go Brian Robinson, and we'll figure.
I'd rather go Robinson than Penny. I think just because right now there's 3 question marks on Philly.
Yeah, let's go B-Rob.
Yeah,
and
I like that. Good talk there.
I mean, it's just pretty like on a room that has one team that started 3 RB, another team that grabbed 5 RB through 9 rounds, the 6 hole massively reaching on like Herbert and a chain, maybe shoring up our running back with like potentially Brees and Sanders not ready for week 1. Like a really high upside group of running backs with our high upside group of wide receivers.
Is this where Dubes has been going usually in the 9th round?
I don't get his ADP at all.
I don't understand that.
I don't really get it at all. I'm taking a piss. I'll be back. Hold it down, Tolin. Tell the people a story.
I'm just loving this chat. Everyone's hyping up all our picks. I love B-Rob too. Liam was actually the reason I got into fantasy football back in the day in college. We still have that league today, but we'd all just be getting back from like summer or whatever it was, and then we do a draft in the rooms. Everyone get hammered. It was super fun. We do a shotgun contest to figure out who got which pick, which was always fun. And then Liam and I played soccer down there. Liam was always faster. Don't tell him I told anyone that. If you put that in the chat when he gets back, I will never talk to you again because it's like a running joke. But we played rugby together. I did break his ankles like 4 or 5 times. And then he started doing this. We're in our home league, BBM2, and he just shoots us a text. He's like, "Hey boys, I'm gonna sweat for a milli tonight. Need Noah Fant." And we were all like, "Noah Fant." I had no idea what was going on.
Wait, what are you saying right now?
I'm giving him a background of like our whole story, but then I'm like, 2 years ago, you're just texting our fantasy league. You're like, "Hey boys, I'm at the bar sweating a milli." I was like, this kid's joking. Or he's talking about like DraftKings or like something like that. And then you're like, "Yeah, need Noah Fant 2 touchdowns and like Amon-Ra 3 touchdowns." And Amon-Ra went absolutely bonkers.
It was a crazy. I was at my cousin Bert's bachelor party. So yeah, I mean, I don't know on the Brian Robinson versus Gibson stuff. I think Gibson's talented, but again, like Brian Robinson did catch some passes in college. I think the Commanders are not going to be that terrible. He could just be like a plug and play guy. He could be a flex play for us too if we need it. Like if JSN starts slow. I kind of like waiting on our second tight end with Pitts. I really hope going Hollywood or Kincaid doesn't cost us a milli. But, with Diggs, like the pure upside of Diggs is he's getting the work.
What do you mean going Hollywood over
Kincaid? I mean, it would be an expensive Kincaid, but just like locking in that Josh Diggs.
Why don't we throw in Knox at the bottom?
I don't think we want to do that in managed. I mean, if Kincaid
soccer, Chris.
Huh?
He said you watch soccer. I told him, I was telling everyone I played soccer in college and I was faster than you.
Tolin literally bet me $20 in a race and then got absolutely burned off the start and just like gave up. He's like, "All right, you're faster, fine." Tolin's probably faster than me now, but he was not back then.
I just need.
I think it's too simplistic, Johnny. I stick to Gibson full PPR, Robinson half PPR. That's like a fine process in theory, but like, what if Brian Robinson just does not relinquish his third down? Not to mention, like Curtis Samuel kind of can eat into that third down back. And I don't know, like if the Commanders turtle up and are just like Brian Robinson 20 carries a game, it's like, okay, I guess we just have to play him. Let's see what the Commander schedule is. Are they going to change that name? Commander schedule: Rams, Jets, 49ers. We might be starting him against the Rams. Of course, Baker's Brew double tapping quarterback. He might end up with 3 quarterbacks.
I mean, it's not impacting us at all, though. Like,
well, no, it is. It means that like we want him
I
to
guess,
take.
yeah.
We're not taking another quarterback. Like I don't take a second quarterback in managed.
We don't need it. We can grab them.
Yeah, we'll just grab one later in the season.
God forbid, but Allen's a fucking beast. He's not going down.
Fair, Johnny. Fair, man.
Where's my guy in here?
I can just give you an example of like only drafting one player in PPR versus half PPR has not worked for me in the past.
Did he
Where
go?
it's like
Holy shit.
I only draft Cup on his breakout year on PPR. That turned out to be pretty bad. Now I did win that contest, but
Liam, I was down to go Gainwell with this next pick. And
me too.
I thought that would be early.
No. He's
going in
steaming.
the 10th?
He's steaming.
See, that's why I don't like the Penny pick. There's too many questions.
No, bro. Penny. We know the talent that Penny is. We could be looking back on this Gainwell shit and be like, "Wow, that we didn't draft Penny because of that." And on manage, like big deal. You burnt a 10th round pick. You don't need to hit every single pick. You can swing for ceiling. So maybe we should have gone Penny over B-Rob, but I don't know. It was a pretty nice price on him. I mean, these are some absurd prices here, but I'm kind of with you on some of these guys.
See who goes.
Hard to say what the guys on the inside of us are going to do.
Foreman. I don't.
How do you feel about Rashee Rice?
I don't have to have a running back here. I like Rice.
You want to grab Rice and be done at wide receiver?
I like Rice. I love. You know what? I'm not even going to say his name because we're going to.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it.
I like Rice. Yeah, I like Rice.
Let's go Rice and then grab one of these other guys in the queue.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. Like Sky Moore could just be so bad, and like
we've got our wide receivers that we're going to start. So we're I'm essentially playing for potential upside or mix in weeks. Like Rice could.
He could become the wide receiver 1 there, and if Kelsey gets hurt, who knows what that team looks like. Zamir goes. I wanted a Zamir share.
Mm-hmm. I am surprised. Like, I'd seen some of these draft boards, but I didn't think these players would shoot up as high in managed as they do in best ball.
Well, it makes sense, right? Like Zamir White going there seems batshit insane in best ball land, but in manage, it's like, okay, Josh Jacobs doesn't report. Big deal. You burnt an 11th round pick. The same reason why it's like arguable we should have gone for Penny over Robinson, because again, like you just need to start swinging for upside with your late round picks. You don't need floor, but I think Robinson has upside. So, and honestly, we already won the tournament after our first 3 picks, so we're just doing this for shits and gigs.
Forgot we take defenses in this league.
Can I interest you in some Eagles defense?
Ooh. Are they even on the board
of
yet?
150.
No, thanks. I mean, it could be a play, though.
Jim with the jokes. Rice goes good with your curry. Curry's not here yet, man. I can do some ASMR curry streams. There's some good looking teams, you know.
Definitely. No one I like
It's
the
so
101.
depressing for Sky Moore. Sky Moore and David Bell had similar rookie seasons.
I like the 101. I like what he did with Kincaid and Laporta.
I really like his start. I like his tight ends. I don't know if I love him grabbing Herbert in the 7th and Roshan in the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's either it might work out for him at running back. Obviously, he's got a really strong group of wideouts and an elite quarterback too. Swift, a fragile pick, but that's fine and managed. Like you're just not going to start him if he's disappointing.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
You want to go your guy or one of the other dudes?
I don't want any of those guys. It's either Dulcich or Zay for me.
Okay, well, we're not drafting Dulcich, so let's draft Zay.
Okay.
All right. We're done at wide receiver.
I love Zay Jones. I know it was a little reach there, but
he's like the last guy I would
fast as
consider
Ridley, I get
drafting
it.
in some ways. I don't mind a piece of the Jaguars' passing attack. I personally am a pretty big Kirk guy, and I think Zay could just be a deep threat. That's kind of wow. Musgrave goes in the 12th.
Holy shit!
I tried to convince Davis and Kyle to take Musgrave in the like 18th round over Hunter Henry, and they were they were not about it.
Just that injury.
Just the hype on Musgrave has been unreal. I'm sending this to
Here's
David.
the thing. Zay isn't just a deep ball threat. Like, yeah,
no, I mean
Ridley wasn't there, but Ingram and Kirk were there. He still had what, 120 targets, 140 targets. Like
I don't mind Zay. He could be frustrating for managed. I like it for the sprint
we don't need to have him start. That's the thing. Like
and if that's the case, I'd rather have a running back usually. But like whatever, we can convince ourselves on all the running backs. I really hope one of the running backs makes it back to us. But the Zay news has been positive.
Did Zeke just go? God, I hate that guy's team too. I don't know. It's always nice when I look at the board and I at least say these are guys that I've been drafting or that I want to draft. I'm excited to have on my team. Like a lot of these teams are builds that just I don't want any piece of it. The Kittle team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like Zeke, no. Marvin Mims, I'm not buying into that hype right now. I don't draft Broncos.
Juju.
Juju.
I like, but like
I'm probably like
one of talented. I don't debate that. I just think Zay and Lawrence, like I see Zay as like a Tyler Boyd. Like he's got rapport. The team likes him. Any week he could catch 2 touchdowns.
Well, if he's Tyler Boyd, he's not a great pick, right? Because it's like who is he ever starting over?
Sorry, I should have phrased that a better Tyler Boyd. He almost doubles his targets.
No, I mean he probably needs an injury to like really confidently be a start. I would usually go running back with one of those picks there, but at the same time, like Brees Sanders, AJ Dillon, and Brian Robinson is already a really solid running back group. So I feel good about the team and just having a piece of the Chiefs and a piece of the Jags. Like, you see Wilson and Mostert go. I wanted to grab one of those guys because they legitimately could be a starting running back from a Mike McDaniel-led offense. But whatever, we're just going to take a bunch of darts on running backs now. And I don't know if like we didn't need the wide receiver points to start the season. We might have needed Mostert's 15 if Brees is slow. You know?
Mhm.
Who would you have wanted between Mostert and Wilson?
Honestly, I would have just deferred to you. I haven't been drafting them at all.
You don't draft them in best ball land?
Occasionally. I think
You're a big
like,
chain guy, right?
bigger a chain guy. I think I have like 6% Mostert and maybe like 4% Wilson. And that's not a lot for me. I only have 54 teams. So it's like 2 teams.
Mostert, I've not been drafting a lot of in best ball land. I draft a lot of Wilson, but he's like way cheaper than this. Okay, let's start filling in this queue with some guys.
Yeah, I put a couple guys I like. I didn't think about Brees most likely isn't playing week 1.
Not if you listen to Robert Saleh.
So you don't like Dulcich. Ferguson going way up.
I don't like Dulcich in the 12th. I don't know if I really like him in managed either.
No, I did not expect Brees to play week 1. But there weren't really any other options I would have taken there, to be honest.
Over Brees?
At running back. At that pick.
Yeah, I mean, it was gonna be. We would have just grabbed like a Debo or a Keenan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Geno Smith auto drafted to the Pat Mahomes team.
Wilson could be better for O-line or for goal line, but like I have no idea. Like I'm not playing the game between.
I love the dude that commissions this because after anyone auto drafts, he puts in the message as a reminder: if at any point during the draft you have questions, connection issues, blah 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 blah. So some double quarterback teams, several double quarterback teams. We're just going to fill in the Allen's bye if we need to.
Damn, I'm just seeing your chat. Who do you like here?
I think it's shaping up.
Interesting.
I mean, we can like ensure the Miles Sanders pick. I'm down to grab Jerome Ford.
I like Ford.
Second running back I like too, but he might be there in the 15th. But I really want him on my I think he could be like a really solid guy. Let's go. Do you want to go Hubbard or Ford? Ford might not be ready for week 1, but who cares? He could be a 0 too. He could have been passed on the depth chart with his injury. But we're shorting Nick Chubb basically.
I'm cool with either. Would we rather handcuff Sanders?
We're going to let's take Chubba because we're going to take running back with almost every pick here.
I don't need Ford there.
All right, we'll take Chubba. And for anyone, we're not handcuffing. We're just like in
I
the
may use
traditional
different
sense?
terms than Liam does.
What'd you say, Tolin?
I'm pretty sure I said handcuff, but
Oh, well, I mean, it is a handcuff in some ways, but we don't know if Sanders is playing week 1 type of handcuff.
oh, I'm not expecting Hubbard to overtake him. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, we might hold on to Hubbard all season, or we might cut him if it looks like Sanders is locked and loaded to go. Do you want to go tight end or do you want to go running back here? That's the decision. Philly D goes in the 12th round. How'd I miss that? Oh, Baker's Brew back at it again. Damian Harrison, Singletary. He's got his 4 wide receivers.
wait, Philly defense went?
Oh, yeah. Defense
All right,
won.
let's go Dallas defense and then Justin Tucker on the turn.
Okay, Komet goes who? I mean, I think in manage, we need to consider this name I just added into the queue too.
Is it too early for that?
I mean, he's like the 4th running back. If you look at running backs, he's like 4th. People don't look at the ADPs; they look at like this guy is 4th when they look at the positions. You know.
Yeah, or this guy.
You want to go Chase Brown or Jerome Ford? Chase Brown is a huge swing and upside.
I'm going Chase Brown over Ford.
All right, let's do it. I mean,
I don't think Mixon plays.
He might not.
At least the first couple weeks. And like in hold on, let me just top up this drink.
The dinner order, I already said, Johnny, it was a Masaman curry. I got to check. It might be here. Justin Tucker, kicker 1. You know the Philly defense guy was pissed off. Food's 15 minutes away, so going to be a while. We didn't get Gabe Davis, man. We would have considered it. Yeah, it's kind of handcuffing, Mac. You're right, but it's not like grabbing. Like Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford feels like a pure handcuff. Sanders could be a workhorse, or it could be shared with Chubba, which would make Chubba have standalone. Favorite team besides yours? Slam the keyboard. Favorite team besides mine. My favorite team besides mine is the 110. Oh no, wait, sorry, that's ours. I don't know, Tolin, what other teams you like in here? A lot of these teams have done some weird shit at different points.
I know, it's like
I don't mind the 101. I think that's logical. I think the 112 is pretty logical too.
yeah, the 112 is kind of come back around for me.
But it might be hard to compete. Like you might feel good with the 112, but then when you have to lock in two of Drake London, Michael Thomas, Zay Flowers against like guys like us, Rockin' Diggs and AJ Brown.
I don't like the 8, but I could be totally off. They could smash.
Yeah, I don't think that like the 8 is thin at running back by just grabbing two dudes from the room, but I get what they're thinking. And they got the wide receiver firepower. There's like a pretty high variance to these drafts as far as like
2 QB, huh?
Where tight ends go. What's up, Willis? He likes the 103 and the 111. Let's check those out. If I can get my mouse on the screen.
Yeah, the 111 has a lot of guys I've been drafting.
The 103, pretty logical. You know, I wouldn't want Taylor, but could be a blind spot.
I don't feel like there's super teams.
111 seems pretty good, but again, like they might not advance if Goff doesn't give them enough. They got kind of screwed at quarterback. They should not have taken probably like Tajay Spears in the 12th. They should have secured like Daniel Jones or something, in my opinion. They probably didn't anticipate the Watson drafter grabbing Cousins and the Mahomes drafter grabbing Geno. But that's why the Ffpc is a great thing. Not everyone's logical. I really like our team. You know, I'll admit that like JSN and Hollywood could be thin. Or JSN at least, but you know, huge upside. And even if Brees,
we did that with Olave last year, and it paid off for us.
Boom. And even with Brees on our team, if he does not play like the first 4 games or like doesn't play enough, we are strong enough at running back that we can survive that with Sanders, Dillon, Brian Robinson. Like, I can't imagine taking, like, Romeo Doubs over A.J. Dillon.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the players I was generally considering before our picks that could have made it a conversation were taken right before. And then it was just fairly easy.
Yeah, there were a lot of players that we were between on.
So you are done at wide receiver? Kickers are starting to fly.
Yeah, I think we need to be done at wideout. Like there's going to be some guys that don't go drafted that we can pick up. Because remember, this is how it works. The Kansas City and Detroit game happens, and then you can decide whether you want to place those players in your lineup or not, and then a waiver run happens. So we're going to be cutting, you know, like if Chase Brown doesn't make the team, we're just going to cut him. And we can add whatever, some boring wideout like Van Jefferson or someone.
We're next. Or we're on
you down grabbing this guy I have at the top of the queue?
Yeah, I'm just doing a little research right now. Just give me 10 seconds.
Okay. I don't think we need to grab tight end right here.
I don't mind it.
Okay. He's a guy I've touted on a lot of shows and I've not been able to get, but Kyron Williams, like he's going to be in the mix for, like at worst, he's probably a James White type. On the other hand, I kind of want to grab the 3 dudes at the top of our queue and we'll be forced to grab kicker and defense, and then we'll just add a tight end on the waiver drop. It's the most upside way to play it, man.
If I remember,
it doesn't feel good going into the season with
people hold on to tight ends.
People are going to cut
hold
them.
on to. They didn't cut them they didn't cut tight ends last year.
These 5 tight ends I have in the queue, not all of them are going to get drafted, I don't think. Fine. I'd be down to get rid of this one and then do one tight end.
I don't need one right now.
Huh?
I don't need one right now.
No, but we get to take 3 more skill position players. Because we have to have a kicker in defense. So I kind of like grabbing these 3 dudes, but we can grab a tight end the next round, I think.
I don't know anything about the top 2. Besides, we're just kind of playing to get whoever.
Gotta make sure I don't research on the screen I'm showing. This is when champions are made, people.
These picks do mean something. They definitely mean something.
We just go both these guys might make it back to us if we want to grab tight end, but I kind of want to just grab them.
Yeah.
Which
at this point, I'm fine with that. Like we need.
You cool with this?
Yeah, cool. I don't want to leave here without another tight end, though.
We'll grab one. All right, Travion Williams, welcome to the team. No one knows who the RB2 is. We're going to figure it out on our team. The 4 quarterback team.
I'm good at running back now.
No, dude, we're taking 2 more. At least 1 more.
No.
Dude, we're drafting August 16th. Austin Eckler could tear an ACL tomorrow, and Joshua Kelly is a 5th-round pick.
Joshua Kelly is a stud.
Is he?
No. He's just like, I mean, he's not bad.
You just have to keep in mind that week 1 of before the season starts. So, yeah, that arguably we should have grabbed Fournette first, but Fournette could have just been too fat, dude. Like he might not play.
Fournette, I don't want to. I'd rather have a piece of the Bengals.
Well, that's the thing is he might be the Bengals. That's why
Fournette?
I had it. Yeah, he might be a Bengal. If Joe Mixon truly doesn't play, they might sign him.
I don't think so. I think they're like. I see the Bengals like the Chiefs, Bills. Like they're gonna.
Do you think Fournette plays football this year?
The Young Bucks. I don't think Fournette plays football this year.
Let me know, chat. I'm gonna do a YouTube poll in a second here.
I think Kareem Hunt is the next signing.
Kareem Hunt is cooked. I mean, Kareem Hunt could be waiting to sign because he's waiting for Joe Mixon's trial to play out. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
32% of you just said no here to lurk. Come on, guys. Help me out.
On what?
I asked the poll if they hit the like and subscribe.
Tough.
does Leonard. And if you're wondering, yes, you do get ads on your own channel.
Rod, we did get Robinson and Dylan.
All right. The poll is out. Vote, people. Let your vote be known.
AJ's a boring pick. I get it. But anything happens to Aaron Jones, like he's getting goal line work.
Rod, you're going to be ecstatic in a couple minutes here, brother. Lenny, my highest owned running back. He better not fool me. Dude, he could totally fool you.
Lenny's your highest owned running back?
Yeah, that's pretty absurd.
What do you think happens even if he gets signed, Nick? Like what is his highest potential?
We got 20 votes in right now. 90% yes to that he plays. I think it's a little bit less likely a running back will foolers you than a wide receiver. You know, it is a different thing, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, CLV doesn't mean closing line value is not everything, right? Like CLV requires context. If Eckler blows his ACL, CLV on Joshua Kelly is sweet.
Yes.
Fournette signing could be live a little. I mean, I'm sure Lenny is living a lot. That's what I'm worried about. I already got Warren. Can't take CLV to the bank. You guys are perturbed about our running backs. We got Breece motherfucking Hall and Miles Sanders leading the charge.
It could be better. It could be better. I'm with you guys, but I think we took the chance going AJ Brown. But again, none of the guys we wanted, like it's
Nick,
totally...
How do you know this, man? And a lot of teams thinks he's good. So good that he's a free agent.
Oh, shit.
We're not taking a kicker or defense until the last round.
I want Baltimore defense right now.
Okay, well, too bad. We're not grabbing them.
I would take Justin Ross. I know you want a running back.
That is the only wide receiver I would consider as well, just because he has absurd upside. But that means we don't get another running back.
Do we need him?
Yeah, I mean, I want to secure the 3 dudes on the team. Justin Ross might be on waivers.
I mean, yeah, I guess we're playing for that 1 week. Those 3 weeks mixed and suspended. I do want a tight end.
No, we're playing for like he gets cut and out of the league.
Yeah.
There's 3 tight ends. They're not all going to go.
Yeah, we can wait on one of them.
Or we can grab tight end here. All right, which tight end do you want? I want Trey McBride of the bunch, I think.
I want Trey McBride. I don't like Hurst.
I would take Knox, obviously, for the stack, but I'm down with McBride. I think McBride has the best shot to catch the most passes.
Yeah.
But we do have Hollywood, though. So you want to go Knox? Let's just go Knox.
Go Knox.
Let's go Knox. If Kincaid gets hurt or whatever, it's correlated.
Josh Kelly went, huh?
Rod back from the past says, I retract my last comment. Oh, man.
We're taking a swing with both of them.
I just think it's possible that these guys on the turn both grab a tight end.
All we need is like one non-career threatening injury that keeps someone out for the year. I'm not saying that I'm hoping for that. All right. Miami D. Actually, they might not be horrible.
Travion Williams back at practice, people.
Oh, shit.
Some solid quads on that man.
I like that. I like we have him.
You Googled who he was. Don't lie.
No, I knew he got injured earlier.
I'm kidding.
That's why my share of Chase Brown in best ball is super high.
No, I mean, I have a lot of Chase Brown, but he could Damian Pierce it and like rise to the top.
I feel like my exposures would shock you.
You tried to make me draft Derrick Henry at the 1-2 turn. Nothing would shock me.
I have hardly any Derrick Henry. I just think
what? How are you like touting Derrick Henry and managed? And
I can't get him. He's never really there when I would draft him. I think in my home leagues, I think Derrick Henry is easily going to be there in the third round. I'll take Derrick Henry in the third.
All right, man. Should we just take Justin Ross and swing for the absolute biggest upside we can?
Yes.
It's between Chris Evans and Justin Ross for us, where
I don't think Evans is going to be the guy, even at like over Trevion or Chase.
But he could, and then it really sucks that we have Trevion and Chase. Because he played ahead of Chase in preseason. He looked fine. Let's just grab Justin Ross, though.
I like Justin Ross.
All right.
I want a share of him in this league.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. We can drop him if we need to. Again, we have Rashee Rice and Justin Ross, which means if either of them go nuts in the first game, we get to just play them in our roster, and if not, they can ride the bench.
Justin Ross is my highest exposure.
Great point from Chris. We can drop Ross after the opening game and pick up Chris Evans. All right, and now time to. Did you say Justin Ross was your highest exposed player?
Yep.
Swinging for upside, baby.
29%, though. It's not like absurd.
No, I mean, he's either a 0 or a smash. We could be talking to the $3 million man right here.
I was drafting him like in all of my early teams where it was just the last pick. So there was almost 0.
I mixed him in as an 18th rounder, 20th rounder.
But I might deposit a little bit more, but I think I'm officially done. 55 teams. That's it. I like Richie James too.
Dude, dog, where were you? Richie James got drafted in the 14th. He was not there.
I would have taken Richie James.
You see this name right here?
I'd say the only pick I don't like on this team is Pitts.
Well, going Pitts allows you to only go 2 tight end.
Yes, Chris. There have been some crazy reaches in this draft. At least I feel. Luke Musgrave in the 12th.
Yeah, Luke Musgrave in the 12th, man. I couldn't convince Davis and fucking Kyle to take him to 18th over Hunter fucking Henry. And next thing you know, his steam just goes nuclear. And I actually like the Pitts pick. It's like the dude was a second-round pick the past 2 years. Imagine jumping off when he's at his cheapest. He could like just easily average 15 points per game minimum.
Mm-hmm.
8 catches, 60 yards. That's over 15 points.
Yeah, but not. I don't know. I guess you're just taking a swing at him over the other tight ends there.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? It was like him or Goddard. We didn't have the choice of Kittle, Hawkinson, Waller, Andrews, Kelsey. Who are you going to take there? Evan Ingram?
No. What I would have gone Ayuk. Again, I'm saying the guys that
I would have considered
Ayuk, like Judy and Ayuk, I would have taken over Pitts and then tried to get Ingram. I love Ingram. But Ingram and Kincaid are kind of my last guys who I think are good for PPR, where it's worth taking them there, and then it kind of really falls off.
I mean, yeah, this is a great point from MacNova. Pitts could be a top 5 pick in the FFPC next year. He could, like, for sure, could be. He is a wide receiver playing tight end. I'm not a big Pitts guy. Like, I've been historically down on him because I thought he was too expensive to bet on a bad passing teams receiver that expensive. But like he goes after DeAndre Hopkins, who's like 40.
Yeah.
You know, and like I don't know, Hopkins was good last year, but had 1,000 yards as a rookie. I'd rather have Ayuk and Kincaid, maybe, but I like it.
But I'm so here for Pitts just absolutely going off.
And we might not even need him to, is the thing.
He can't get much worse.
Well, he got hurt last year.
Yeah, and when he was playing, they never.
Panthers, Colts, Bears, pretty decent schedule too for the sprint.
Who's their week 1?
I don't know who they play week 1. The biggest question is, do you guys think you got a Millie team? Hell fucking yes.
Hell yeah.
I just got demonetized for dropping the F-bomb, but worth it.
I feel much better in this draft, Broward, than the last one we drafted.
We had a good team built on wide receivers. CMC just got hurt early.
Well, and also like
defense or kickers, man. We got to figure this out. God, who do they play? Pitt plays the 49ers week 1. Purdy's been throwing a lot of picks in practice, reportedly. Miami plays the Chargers. Jacksonville plays the Panthers. Are you down with grabbing Pitt, D?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there they go. Oh, no, you grabbed him.
Yeah. The Saints D, I would have considered.
What's the play with kicker? You want someone on a high-powered offense?
You want someone on a team
that can't score in the red zone.
Yeah, you want a team that can move the ball between the 20s, but does not convert touchdowns. Right? So like the Matt Ryan Falcons used to be great for that because like they could move the ball at will, but then had to settle for a lot of field goals. I mean, I don't know, dude. We're just going to take the top-ranked kicker.
Someone give us a kicker in the chat.
Guys. Oh, we should take the Detroit kicker, obviously. Because we get a free look. We get to drop him if he's bad. Who is the Detroit kicker?
What do you mean a free look?
The Thursday night game happens, and then a waiver run happens, and you can remove the Thursday night players after they play. Detroit and Kansas City plays week 1.
Oh.
Who is the Lions kicker?
Everyone's saying Myers.
Well, he's like a good kicker, I think.
He is.
Riley Patterson? Did he go? Seattle. Who does Seattle play? I mean, we could do the free look thing and grab Riley Patterson, or we can just grab Jason Myers, who's like
Ritter is going to be great in the end zone. Or in the red zone.
The Seahawks have the potential to like move the ball easily, but have to settle for field goals. Who do you want to go here?
Myers.
The thing with Riley Patterson is we get a.
Just go Patterson. Just go Patterson then.
Is he the starter, people?
I don't. Give me Myers. Just give me Myers. I don't want to be.
Riley Patterson likely to make the team? Fuck it, man. We're not doing the free look. We're going to win week 1 anyways. Jason Myers, Welcome to the All-Star squad.
I'm not getting off to a slow start.
No, but the thing is you get to play him and then drop him if he sucks and add someone else. But I kind of like it. Pitt's D and Jason Myers. Let's check out Pitt's schedule, see when we would be dropping them if we do.
Yeah, so I mean, we have 0 question mark at QB, 0 question mark at wide receiver in my mind. Question mark at running back, but I feel like we did a good job at least trying to fill the void in absence of Brees.
I mean, this is a pretty good first 4 games for the Steelers. Like, yeah, maybe the 49ers isn't good, but again, Purdy's been throwing picks. Then they get Watson, then they get Jimmy G, then they get the rookie.
Oh yeah, Jimmy G, a lot of picks coming.
Oh yeah. All right, so recapping our team, we went Diggs and AJ Brown at our first and second round. Josh Allen fell to us in the third, and we absolutely smashed the draft button. Brees Hall in the fourth, late season hammer / might be fine. Kyle Pitts in the fifth. Weren't planning on taking him, but just was too cheap. Tight end premium, could easily go for 1,000 yards. JSN in the sixth, swing it upside, late season guy. Miles Sanders in the seventh. Again, not a target of ours, but just fell pretty cheap. And in a draft that really hammered running back early, like Baker's Brew here, felt like a prudent thing to do. And at that time, we didn't know what kind of drafter the 12th hole was. Hollywood in the eighth. I think his ADP is pretty criminal here. AJ Dillon and Brian Robinson giving us some early season running back production with upside. Rashee Rice and Zay Jones swings at upside at wide receiver. Chuba Hubbard, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, Travion Williams, handcuffing the Panthers, handcuffing the Bengals RB2. Kyron Williams, just standalone. You don't need to swing with upside with every single one of your running back picks. You can just try to secure an RB2. We're going to cut some of these dudes. Knox as our tight end 2, who has some upside too. Justin Ross, obviously a huge swing upside. And then Pitt D, Jason Myers to round it out. Feel pretty good about it, man. How do you feel?
I love it. I agree with it. Like JSN in the sixth, but some of these picks I felt almost not forced into, but just like happy there wasn't much of a conversation. Like, I don't know who else I'm taking around JSN there.
Ken Walker is the dude I would have taken if not JSN.
Was he there?
Yeah, he went 2 picks later.
Yeah. I guess it was between Ken Walker or JSN. I'm not taking Addison over him. I think KJ Osborne still gets a good
I just wanted a JSN share. Like, he could just legitimately be
Rashad White, I would have gone.
Yeah, at the Miles Sanders one, if White's there or James Cook's there or Dameon Pierce, I'm going those guys. But, Miles Sanders in the 7th, especially when we reached on JSN in the 6th, which there's no such thing as reaching on a guy if you think he could be a league winner. I like it a lot, man. A little bit extra wide receiver bullets than I would normally do, but we're going to, if Justin Ross does not make the team, he's cut.
But we also have room to cut some of these RBs if we get clarity fairly early. And I'd rather sit on Justin Ross on the roster and hope that all of a sudden he becomes Mahomes' favorite target.
Yeah, I mean, if Kelsey goes down, he might have to, right? Smells like $1 million to me, 2 historical anomalies. I believe my Curry just showed up, so gonna end the stream there for me.
$1 for everyone that stuck with us the whole time. If we win.
You heard Tolin. His share will be giving you guys $1 out of his share. That was his generosity, not jokes. Tolin, anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
I got no YouTube. I have no channel yet, but I'm so pumped for this year. I can't wait, dude. Week 1, can't wait, and then I'll see you down in Florida midway through. Hit up Ferg, some wings if anyone's down there.
Hell yeah. I'm really excited. Like the Diggs, AJ Brown, Josh Allen start, just absolutely wet dreams are made of that. And so can't wait. Guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow for another Willis wants your IG, Tolin.
Just Tolin Vaquero.
I'm sure you guys will have an easy time spelling that. We're not going to have time to spell it out, but hit the like, hit the subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Peace.